Hi, I'm Dr. Ryan Goodkin. Today we're going to talk vitamin D. Let's try to make this light and fun because it's actually a topic that has a lot of misinformation and we're hearing a ton of buzz over it because of COVID. First of all, anybody that talks to you and tells you that it prevents, treats, cures, mitigates anything is lying and wrong. It's actually against the law with dietary supplements. So that aside, vitamin D has a ton of amazing benefits. Vitamin D is known as the sunshine vitamin. Vitamin D, once absorbed or once manufactured by the body, is converted to a hormone. Why would we take vitamin D? How do we know we need to take vitamin D? First of all, vitamin D has an easy and cheap blood test. It infuriates me that the Preventative Health Task Force is not recommending vitamin D test for everyone. Why? Probably has something to do in their mind with driving up healthcare costs. Well, that's because there's a big, massive conspiracy on driving through insurance and overcharging and that nonsense. But if you simply just build cash for a health hormone test, it's super cheap, it's super affordable, and you can just add it onto a blood panel. Anyway, that aside, if you can get that done, I recommend it. We want to have your blood levels in practice, though, in my clinic, I would say 45%, 50% people present that we test vitamin D for are deficient, of inadequate amounts. What does that mean? Well, there's a normal range based on healthy individuals stratified by age and gender, but generally speaking, anything below 12 will be considered inadequate or deficient, right? 20 to 40 is like a recommended range, not enough, not my opinion. The Endocrine Society wants 30 to 50 nanograms per ml. Me personally, I want to be over 50. So how do I do that? I can go out in the sun, and when I walk out in that sun, guess what's going to happen? I need 15%, at least 15% of my skin exposed for 15 minutes. Well, I go outside, I got 5% on the front of my arm, 5% on my other, 10% on the front of my legs, 10% on the other leg. So we can hit the 15% mark, and I can do it for 15 minutes. And my body can produce probably somewhere between 10,000 and 20,000 units, and then it can shut off on its own, and it can regulate beautifully and perfectly. That's ideal. That would be great. Probably what our ancestors were dealing with, right? But not everybody has that going on. People that suffer from dyslipidemia, which is cholesterol imbalances, because the sun has to interact with cholesterol before the body starts to manufacture vitamin D. Then it circulates to the liver, it gets converted there, then it goes to the kidney, it gets converted again, and then there it's converted into calcitriol, which is a hormone. And then it gets to run the cascade of events throughout the body and create all these beautiful benefits. Unfortunately, most people just aren't getting enough there, right? They're not outside, they're living an unhealthy lifestyle. Very few foods have vitamin D. Big food, right, has fortified it for us. What does that mean? It means they add. It's like if you're not eating enough salmon and cold water fish, the flesh of it, if you're not eating enough, there's very few foods that would provide it other than fortified milks and dairy products, which if you hear me tell you that dairy is an inflammatory agent, that's not going to work. So what do? Let's look at supplements. Let's supplement vitamin D. Most people, the recommended daily allowance varies, but 400 units, maybe up to 800. I say it's not enough. If you're taking 1,000 units a day, you're probably lucky to hit 20 nanograms per ml in the blood. I would suggest, first of all, know your blood levels, but 2,000 units a day will probably get you to around 30. And that's okay. Again, I like to be around 50. Make sure you get that supplement, make sure it's high quality, make sure it has finished product, independent third-party testing on it. And it's a daily routine for me. I suggest it should be for you. Obviously, there's certain side effects, certain risk associated with taking supplements in high dose. Vitamin D is fat soluble. It can accumulate in your adipose tissue, which is fat tissue. And it can affect your kidneys. And if you have certain disease states, you may not even be able to take vitamin D. So I definitely recommend speaking with your provider before starting a high dose vitamin D regimen. I'm Dr. Ryan Goodkin. As always, I welcome your comments and questions below. Also, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and follow me on social at Ryan Live Good. Thank you and be well.